here, coming to you live from my hotel room on a Thursday. I'm at a conference right now, and I had really hoped to do this video for you, the land on the land at the land where I was am from, but timing doesn't always work out. So this week we've been talking about a really personal topic, and that all the regular hosts and subs will be doing this. And we are talking about what our path is, how we came to find it, and all that good stuff. So it's posted below, but I'll go ahead and read you the questions themselves. The first is to tell well, you can read that part. Okay, so basically tell the journey to whatever my path is. 2, why is my particular path the one I follow? 3, how did you come to know that this path is right for you? 4, why is your particular deity that you follow the one for you? How did you come to know that he, she, they were right for you? And 6, was it a long journey to this decision? And then did we do the year and a day thing? If no, longer, shorter, why? So I've referred to this before, and for those of you who've watched this channel for a while or watched me on my personal channel know that I refer to myself as having been raised pagan. So I never converted to paganism. The path that I follow, and in terms of what I call it, I don't know if it's really a path. It's really what a practice. It's the decisions that I have, that I make every day, the viewpoint that I have, my worldview. And my journey to it has really been my life, because it's based in how I was raised and the belief structure and the beliefs that I was raised with. Now, mind you, it's tricky sometimes when you're talking about things that involve other people. And so this, of course, involves my family because it has to do with the way that I'm raised. And so I'm going to be a little bit cautious in terms of trying to respect their privacy, and yet still be able to share with you a little bit about me. So not everyone in my family, in my immediate family, calls themselves pagans. Actually, several of my siblings consider themselves Christian, and our mother was a Christian, but I'm the youngest, and so they had a lot more time and influence from her than I did. She died when I was 10, and so my father was really the, of course I got quite a bit from her, but in terms of world viewpoint and kind of fundamental religious or spiritual beliefs, really, and practices, very much practices, come from him. We were raised pretty much in the middle of nowhere. We didn't grow up with TVs. We did have a VCR player and about 5 tapes that we could watch, but we didn't really. That wasn't part of our childhood. But there's a lot of us siblings, but my brother, who's closest in age to me, we'd just play outside, and that was our reality. And we were taught that to respect other life. You never kill anything unless you really have to, unless it's a matter of choosing between your life and its life. So in the case of things like rattlesnakes, yes, if the rattlesnake was in the house next to the children, or Black Widow or something like that, that would get killed. But you'd be mindful and respectful. And one thing I remember being told is that other animals weren't humans, but they were still people, and to respect them in that way. We were taught practices that today get, or even then, but the name wasn't used then, that would be considered, magic in terms of journeying techniques, visualization, energy, meditation, things like that. There's actually a lot of Quaker influence. His Many Quaker groups are different, but they do. Some of them practice something called holding someone in the light. You know, they sit in a circle and they visualize whoever they are holding in the light, literally engulfed in light. And so for them, it's a form of prayer. But that definitely came through into my family. So I guess I'm just talking a little bit here, but that's the point. I'm supposed to be talking. Sorry, I'm not. I don't have my editing material here, so I'm trying not to stop talking because that's what I usually do, and then I just cut that out. But I have to keep talking because I won't be able to edit. But that path. So the way I was raised, and I think that still is part of me, right? That's my foundation, and I think that that very much happens with many people. That's really, you know, it's where we come from. It's our foundation. It's our core. And then we make choices on top of that. Sometimes we choose to change particular things about the way we were raised. Sometimes, often we aren't even aware that that those patterns are part of us because they're so part of us, it's hard to even see that they're there. But we make choices and we add to those experiences and we come up with new ideas. And so for me, my journey has been my life. I don't think that my real fundamental viewpoint of the world has really changed, has changed that much. I have added to it as a child, as a teenager, and now as a young adult in her mid-20s. All of my experiences have added to that. How did I come to know that it was right for me? Well, there's a lot of things that I have figured out in my life that weren't working, and I have made conscious choices to change those things. A lot of them I'm, of course, still not aware of. And I've tried things out and they haven't worked, and kind of rearranged it, and there hasn't been any huge, I haven't decided to convert to anything. It's just little adjustments here and there. So why is the particular deity that I follow the one for me? I don't follow a deity. I don't believe in deities or gods in the sense of actual real things. I think that they're useful metaphors sometimes. But there was a point in my teenage years that I tried really hard. I really liked the idea of the great mother goddess and the great father, and I tried really hard. But I can't believe it. Like, I tried. I really honestly tried. So that's just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't feel right, and it doesn't reflect to me what I see in the world. So I guess 5 I could answer in terms of how did I come to know that he, she, or they weren't right for me, was simply trial and error. And then the last one really was a long journey to my decision. Well, my life has been a journey. And for me, I don't separate so much my religious points of view or my spiritual or whatever you want to call it with my mundane existence. Because for me, being a pagan is about honoring and being conscious and aware and putting intention into my life while recognizing that that is part of nature, that we are part of nature. I am part of nature. And so bringing myself, being more aware of nature, being more aware of the natural systems, that's what it's about for me. And so has it been a long journey? Yes, it's a journey every day is another step of that journey. And I don't know where I'm going. And for the most part, I don't really know where I've been because we forget most of our lives, which is a rather sad thing. But some things I do, there's certain things that stand out. So did I do the year and a day thing? Again, no, because it wasn't a process of conversion to me. I did learn about the term pagan, the terms Wicca, and all of that as a young teenager, and several years in decided that, you know what, that kind of actually fits. That's a good definition for these beliefs, for this way that I was raised, the way that um, and some of my family members still relate to the world. So I know that's a little bit different than what you've been hearing a little. So it's been a little hard to kind of share that because um, because it's very personal, and I hope that I was able to communicate what I was trying to. I'm not saying that one way is better or worse or anything like that, but that's what my experience has been. Um, so if you guys have anything that you want to share, any questions, anything like that, go ahead and put it below, or you can always message questions to the collaborative channel. So, okay, and have a great rest of the week, everyone.